Okay. Thank you so much for joining us here in Europe. And I wanted to introduce myself. This is actually my first uh, YouTube entry. My name is Billy Flint, and I wanted to start a blog, an interesting blog, to chronicle my experiences of being a Black American living in Europe. I've been living here in Europe for a little over 10 years now, and all of my experiences and things that I've learned is, um, as far as I'm concerned, is very unique. And I wanted to start something because I've searched YouTube, and one thing that I haven't found was something geared towards, how can I say this? Um, for instance, like the MGTOW movement, men going their own way movement, and that's pretty much from a unique experience from American or the American side of that experience. And one thing that I realized is that there's not really that many men, or at least I haven't found that, not that many men on YouTube that chronicles their experiences of dealing with the same issues living in another country. So I don't know. I was just thinking, and I was like, okay, well, let me try to, you know, usher in something a little bit more interesting on that time. Let me turn this music down a little bit. Even though I'm not really worried about YouTube flagging this, because most of all, actually, anything that I play on my podcast is music that I've actually mixed myself, so or produced myself. But anyways, again, I am Billy Flint. I've been living here in Europe for a little or over 10 years. And again, this is my very, very first YouTube entry. So I'm hoping that my content, depending on my content, I would like to continue on. But, you know, pretty much bring you original content based on my experiences here throughout Europe, because I traveled since I've been living here in Europe. I traveled all over Europe, traveled all over Southeast Asia, I traveled all over Africa, and I've had some very, very unique experiences. Again, when it comes to the subject of men going their own way, I'm not really a part of the MGTOW movement, but I do understand where they're coming from. Personally, I love women. I love dealing with women. I love being in the company of women. But one unique thing that that I've come to realize is that it doesn't matter where you are in the world. Women are women. And although there's a difference when it comes to culture, when it comes to religion, there is a slight difference. There is a curve, so to speak. So it's not a carbon copy of the American experience, but nonetheless, it is an experience. And that's what I wanted to bring, a fresh take on all of the other content providers in the YouTube stratosphere. And the first person, and I have to say this, the first person that I really got into was Patrice O'Neal. He was a comic, rest in peace. He was a comic, but he was raw, in your face. So if you never heard of this cat, Patrice O'Neal, you need to go on YouTube and look up some of his videos, because it's not only funny, but it is so true of the things he was saying. And then of course all the other dozens of other content providers. I got a list right here, so it's like so many, but these are my favorite. And if I don't name them all, if I don't have your name here, I'm sorry, but these are my favorite. There's plenty more, but there's Tom Likas. I remember listening to years and years ago. I was listening to Tom Likas, and I was shocked at some of the things that he was saying. And I guess I was, what is it, a red pill? I guess I was a red pill, and I didn't really want to believe what was being said, but it was shocking, and it was a wake up call. And then of course, Sandman. I started listening to Sandman on YouTube, and Donovan Sharp. My favorite that I listen to now, which is really funny. I really love this man's content, is Minister Jack. In your face, raw. He's he's like Patrice O'Neal. He comes at you from a comedic standpoint, but if you listen to what he's saying, it is raw, it is in your face, and it's true. 100% true. Like then of course I gotta give Kevin Samuels props and what he does and what he provides for the community, and of course Coach Greg Adams. These are the gentlemen that I listen to, and like I said, it took me a while. Like I said, I've been here for a little over 10 years, and it took me a while to actually take the pill. It was a hard pill to swallow, because coming from America, coming to a new country, experiencing different the difference of culture and the difference of dating. Not gonna lie, I thought I was in paradise, because most of the women that I dealt with were Europeans. They weren't all white Europeans. There were some from different countries. That's the unique thing about being here in Europe, because I've lived in 2 different countries since I've been here. And the unique thing about being here is that you don't only meet one particular race of women when you're here in Europe. You meet women from different countries, from different ethnic groups, from different religions, and that brings a whole different scope of things to try to understand. And trying to wrap my brain around what's actually fact versus the stereotypes. One thing that I come to understand is that women are women no matter where you go, no matter what country you go to. Women are going to be women. There's going to be a slight difference. And like I said, it's based on religion, based on ethnicities, based on the culture. There's going to be a slight difference. But when it really boils down to it, they're all the same. Biologically, they're all the same. Well, like I said, this is my first entry, so I'm not going to really get too deep into this. But I plan to sharpen up on my videos, music, and content. But again, thank you so much. If you are listening to this, I would ask you to please follow me, because I got some crazy stories. I got some crazy, crazy stories lined up for my experiences of being here in Europe for the last 10 plus years. I got some crazy, crazy stuff. So stick with me. Subscribe, like, share, because I got some stuff for the world. Again, from a Black American's unique experience of living here in Europe. Again, my name is Billy Flint. Thanks for listening, and I will come back to you soon. Have a great weekend. Cheers.